It is July 31st, 2019, and welcome to the show. The trailer for Martin Scorsese's The Irishman released today, starring Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, and I'm sure a whole bunch of other familiar Italian faces, which makes you wonder about the title. It's called The Irishman. Anyways, the film is about the rise and fall of a violent mobster based in a time before the modern day today. I haven't actually seen the trailer, but let's be honest, old Marty doesn't really do anything else. And an interview with the director had him saying, quote, "I haven't had an original idea since Taxi, but if people are stupid enough to go see my movies, wait, are you recording this?" Unquote. Our guest tonight is Justin Forden, a writer, director, actor, and now an award-winning filmmaker, which makes you wonder, why would a person with some success waste time coming on our show? Oh, wait, crap, that was my note to the crew. Damn it, Mitch, why'd you put this note in here? In other news, James Wan is going to be doing another horror film, a script in which he's collaborating with his fiancée on. He's writing a horror movie with his bride-to-be. I guess we can figure out what the plot is. And finally, for a limited time in Boston, you can experience Downton Abbey, the exhibition, in which it'll have clothing, I'm sure, and old stuff, I'm sure, and a whole lot of British stuff, I'm sure. If the trailer for the new movie didn't put you to sleep, don't miss this rare opportunity for a stronger dose. It's the Early Late Night Live Show, everyone. We're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8, and let's, roll the opening credits. Yeah, all right. Good evening and welcome to the Early Late Night Live Show. We are on which camera am I supposed to be looking at? I think it's that one right there, right? Is that the one I'm supposed to be looking at? Yeah, okay, all right. Usually it's on camera one, but they have a different labeled camera there, so now I'm all confused. Anyways, it's the Early Late Night Live Show. We're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter, Channel 98, and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. Please, please, please subscribe, share, and like these videos, and hit the little notification bell so you get notified when the new videos come out. It really helps us. Also, follow us on Facebook, the Early Late Night Live Show Facebook page. And sitting with me always, unfortunately, is my sister KJ.
Hey, Kay.
Hey, hey, you're here.
I'm here.
Yeah, all right. And the man of the hour now handling news, Mitch Fortier.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank
For the record.
What does that mean?
Usually, she sits here, so she's my buffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not happening right now.
No, that's not happening.
Yeah.
You're in the direct line of fire right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
the
times.
closest distance between 2 points, I think, is we're sitting next to
The
me.
next
That's
year.
what it is.
Next year.
That's the case. Anyways, but what have we got in the news? First of all, it's really good to be back. Really glad that the new intro was designed by Dan. Damn it, Dan. did
Yeah,
the
it
new
looks
intro,
good.
which I like. We got some cool things coming back. Last week we were at Adam Griswold's movie premiere in Manchester, which was pretty cool. Congratulations on Choirwood. Hopefully have some more people coming in to talk about that film. And you saw the whole film. Unfortunately, I had to leave. I feel really bad, but I had to leave that night, pretty much right after the show, so I only got to see the first couple opening songs. But you saw the whole movie.
I did, yeah, and some of the songs are still stuck in my head, so thanks, Adam.
Yeah. In a good way.
In a good way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, I went in telling him that the whole day that it was just the song from the trailer I knew. But anyways, Mitch, what do we got in the news?
Well, box office news. So Lion King in its second week made as averaging about 16,000 or 60. What is wrong with that? That's weird.
That's the average per
Average per theater.
location. Yep.
Okay, right on. Which is 4,700 theaters. That's a lot of theaters. Total grossing about 351 million.
Wow.
And
So you have
there's
a
no
hard time
budget
with
listed
numbers,
right
and
now.
Narnie has a hard time with words. Is this what happens when we switch to the
Well,
news
I do
thing?
accounting, so it makes sense.
You better be good. And you're an actor.
But
so
you're
you better be
also
good
a
with
writer,
words.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
It's very confusing. The two sides of my brain don't really speak.
No.
So.
The weekend gross was 76 million, so that was a nice bump to that.
Second
351 in Lion King, yeah. Interesting, their trailer shot for the animated version. I don't know if you have seen that, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I heard something interesting about it too. There was they had to be careful about the fight scene because of the blood and the gore that could potentially happen in a live action, as opposed to doing it in a
Fully digital.
right. So
Yeah.
it doesn't
Because it's not a live action remake. Everything else has been a live action remake. This is not a live action remake. This
well,
is
as opposed to
fully
the
digital.
animation, as opposed to live action.
Yeah,
CGI.
imagine
I get
imagine
the
if
fact
it
that
was a
it's
live action one though, trying to get those
That would be
lions
crazy.
to like do what you want them to do. I can't imagine that happening.
That would
They're
actually
cats.
be a feat, though. This
That would
is
be a
just
feat,
another
yeah.
digital
But I
film.
mean,
Getting the
essentially
hy-
they're cats.
Getting the
so.
hyenas to laugh on cue.
Yeah.
I see the difficulty in that.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's on $90 million budget. They're $41 million total gross right now. So after just their first weekend.
$91 million budget? That's a big budget for him, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so anyway.
Probably wanted Brad Pitt.
Mostly probably Brad Pitt, yeah.
Well, Leonardo DiCaprio's in it
He's
too.
part
I
of
can't
it,
imagine
he's-
he's cheap.
Yeah, probably in his own right.
Yeah.
Spider-Man: Far From Home, which we haven't heard a lot about, but their total gross right now is $344 million. They've
not
doubled their budget.
Double the
So-
budget, but still, that's not all that good.
That's
is it?
just domestic, though. It's doing really good overseas as
Oh,
well.
okay. All
So,
right. All right.
And
Yeah.
Toy Story.
Toy Story. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Toy Story's up to 396 after 6 weeks. So my kids' film,
Wait a minute. Can I say
killing
this
it.
really quick? Lion King, Disney. Spider-Man: Far From Home, Marvel, which is owned by.
Disney.
All right. Toy Story 4, which is.
Disney.
All right. And Aladdin is 7, which is.
Disney.
Yes. Okay.
Disney rules the world right now. We just haven't acknowledged it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All
Poor
right.
old Paramount's
become
just
pretty
struggling
evident.
along.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, he may be a falling one, but he's a fighter.
Didn't Fox get bought by somebody recently?
Yeah, Disney.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm not sure what's going on with MGM, but I'm pretty sure they're going to capitulate pretty soon.
Just I give up.
That's
Red
it.
flags.
Okay.
Pretty much,
Sure.
it's Netflix is going to go head to head with Disney someday. That'll be interesting.
I guess Netflix has
They'd
been losing a
probably-
lot of money though, because Disney just pulled like.
Yeah, Disney's pulling all its stuff.
Does that include the Marvel films too?
Yep. Well, they're still negunegating that because
Because Netflix, like Pete
I think-
Davidson, probably wanted to make it like we're on their knees going, please don't pull. Please, we're just a struggling
probably knew that.
multi-billion dollar
all we have is
company.
a Woody Harrelson movie, but no.
And Adam Sandler.
Adam
Which, by the way,
Sandler can only use so many original films.
The Adam Sandler movie did very, very well. The problem with Netflix is they don't really have a good way of recording how often something is viewed. Like they only
How
have
do
their
they make
numbers.
more- but how do they make money off it? Okay, you're an accountant.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I gotta ask this number. So how does Netflix originally make their money? Subscriptions, right?
Subscriptions usually, yeah.
Right. Now, the more people watch, not the more they make, because they don't do advertising.
My guess would be there's probably deals being made as
Okay.
well.
All right. But if it's Netflix original films, then
They
they're
buy
investing in-
up titles.
Yeah, that and I believe they would be controlling their attrition and keeping the people who cancel their subscriptions at bay by
That's a
bringing
big
in new
word.
content.
I don't know what it is. You know.
But
Yeah.
stopping people from canceling.
No. Oh, is that what it's
The canceling word? Is that the one you get
Attrition,
stuck
is that
on?
what it is?
Attrition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
all
here's
right.
the other
That's when
thing.
people start to fall away and
Right.
you
I
know
just
and
host a
just
talk show.
they lose
All right, I don't
stuff.
actually know
But here's the
where-
other thing. It's kind of like Amazon where they offer filmmakers a chance to be viewed.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll give the filmmakers a cut of the subscription, kind of like they do on Amazon for their video.
Right.
So a lot of the original stuff was actually made by somebody else, and they just shopped it around until Netflix picked it up.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so they get it basically for free.
All right. Anyways, what else we got in the news?
Cool. Birthdays. So we're actually going to watch Maverick as one of our trailers today. Tom Cruise is 57 years old.
You said Maverick, and I instantly went back to
the Western
James
Maverick.
Garner.
Yes. Yeah. With Mel Gibson.
Maverick?
That's all
You know the
those
Maverick movie?
Like, you know. Do you know Maverick?
I don't actually.
No, did you even see the Mel
Oh
Gibson
wait,
movie?
it was a series. Maverick. It was a
Yeah,
series?
black and
off-
white
Yeah,
series,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
James Garner.
And a very young Roger Moore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways.
Vin Diesel's 52.
Wow.
Speaking of which, we'll talk about Hobbs and Shaw in a moment.
Okay. All right. I'm looking forward to that.
Sylvester Stallone is 73.
Wow. Bloody.
Still kicking butt.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You guys know Rutger Hauer?
Yes. Yeah. He just passed away.
Yep, that's 75. Russi Taylor, the original voice of Minnie Mouse, has passed away at
Oh, that's
75.
so sad.
Yeah.
So
Little
Yeah,
kids
do.
all over the place. You're crying.
it is sad. It's like
And Rip Torn, age 88.
That's like really. Wait a second. That's really sad. Because all of a sudden I just had an image of a sad Mickey. That's like. That's like
so
really.
sad.
That's like really tragic. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right.
Let's move on to something happy. Talk
We
about
should
Hobbs and
start
Shaw.
Wait, okay. It says weekend
I
box
was so
office and
bummed out.
birthdays, not. This person's dead. We're not obituaries. Right?
Well, see, Rutger Hauer was relevant because some of the news we're going to talk about.
Okay.
with,
All right. Yeah. All right.
With what's coming
So-
up.
so
But
what
all
do-
right,
what do
so
we got?
Hobbs and Shaw. So Statham went on an interview with, forget what show he was on, but he's talking about how The Rock was having difficulties with motion sickness in some of the scenes. So they have, stunt doubles and things like that. So I thought that was kind of funny, but he was giving him a hard time. But then he piped up about the fact that The Rock can't fit in the McLaren because his butt's too big. The poor guy's in this film with a $1 million car, and he can't sit and drive it in the
He's
scenes.
too big to fit in the McLaren.
Yeah, his butt's too big.
And
I want you to go
That would
tell The
suck.
Rock that. Like, that's a. I would like to film you while looking at
who
The
was the
Rock.
poor intern that they said, go tell The Rock he can't be?
I tried to find an image of The Rock sitting next to or standing next to the McLaren because he's probably like 3 feet taller than the car is
Right.
actually. But there is an image somewhere looking around where he's sitting on a motorcycle and Statham's leaning up against the car like this. And
Yeah,
so,
it was like I was one of the posters.
they're
'cause,
posters,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's not. It's not faking. He really is supposedly like a really big dude. Like
Yeah, very large.
he's kind of. I think if he plays his cards right, he could almost be the John Wayne of this era. He could come close to being that type of that type of charisma, because he has a lot of charisma on screen and whatnot. But he could walk up and say about anything, and you're just going to remember the line because he's The Rock. I mean, he said in one of the films, and I don't really like the Fast and Furious films. I really didn't watch it, but he looks at. He's shouting to Jason Statham, saying, "I'm going to beat you like a Cherokee drum," and it's just like who the heck else could take that line and make it work? I mean, well, maybe Joe Pesci. I'm going to beat you like a Cherokee drum, maybe. I don't know. Like, okay.
Chris Rock.
Right before he's
And then,
grabbed.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, man. Was that insensitive?
Okay. Yeah. What else we got?
You ever have sleep insomnia? Where you couldn't sleep?
I have not slept well.
You ever listen
since I was
to
13,
white noise ever help at all with that?
so
Fans or
fan helps.
things like that?
Rain helps. A lot.
Rain.
Yeah.
So
Murder, She Wrote helps. I
There's-
fell asleep like that to Murder,
there's
She Wrote.
something
The
on
Downton
YouTube.
Abbey trailer.
No, that's a sleep aid. I guess
Yes,
that qualifies. Not a sleeper. That was kind of what I was thinking.
Right, yeah.
Well, there's something out there that on YouTube that actually some of these videos have like 3.5 million views. They're ambient noises from different scientific. Most of them are spaceships or planets.
You know what I would do? In the middle of that, I'd put in
A phaser fight?
No, I'd put in Samuel
Subliminal
Jackson
message.
going, "Say what again? Say what again? I dare you! I double dare you!" That's what I would do.
I've had enough of these mother.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Anyways, we got going a little bit late. We get a little bit of technical difficulties, but anyways, we have to.
Do we have 1 minute or 2 minutes?
We have
Any minutes?
10 seconds.
Crap. I wanted to show this ADR session from Hugh Jackman. It's
Okay.
hilarious.
All right.
We go
actually,
just
Ben,
YouTube it.
You know what? All right. Let's play. Let's
Can
play
we, Dan? If we can cue that up and play it, it's
okay.
awesome.
It's a video, so we can.
Anyway,
do
it's
that,
Hugh Jackman doing an ADR session, and he tweeted it out,
Okay.
and he's watching himself. And it's in Logan, so he's running through the woods,
think I've seen
punching guys out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
and getting
yeah.
nuts.
Let's play this.
I think we might be waiting. I don't know if he.
Did he get
I kind of checked in with him, but he was like, I wasn't sure. It was downloaded, whatever. blah,
So
blah,
I need to know from the back room. Anyways,
Check it out. If we don't
We'll
play
just put a
it,
link.
definitely check it out.
someone's in the back room.
Ryan,
they should
can-
let
Ryan,
us
Ryan can pull
know.
up a link. Ryan, pull up a link.
We don't have it. Okay.
We'll be good.
All right. We don't have it.
If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's pretty funny.
Yes. All right.
Or cool.
So, anyways, we're going to break, and when we come back, we're going to have a special guest, Justin Fortin, to talk about everything he's been doing, which has been a lot. Early Late Night Live show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8, and we'll be right back.
What's going on? Oh, hey, we're starting a new show.
I'm hosting. So are we.
I even wore my suit.
Yeah, we thought at this point it would be probably a little bit better to aim at a younger audience, so we hired Kate. And then,
Wait, them? Our names are them?
shut up.
Except we won't talk sports, we're not gonna talk politics, just entertainment.
That's the same as my show.
Or not that original.
Get out.
Stay.
Terry, this is my show.
Want to keep your job?
You're fired.
What?
I'm here!
Show's canceled.
Good evening and welcome back to the Early Late Night Live Show. We're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. Please make sure to like these videos, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, and hit the notification bell. Anyways, we're here with special guest Justin Fortin. He's a director, he's a writer, he's an actor, he's the creator of Hearts of New England and the award-winning short film Together Forever. And Justin Fortin is here sitting on our couch, even though we've been trying for months to get him on the show. And I guess he's just a busy guy, and so tell us, Justin, what's going on?
So Hearts of New England recently won 4 awards in New York, and the short Together Forever won an award at the same festival.
Mm-hmm. I thought you said 4 words at New York, not 4
award.
Like, yes. For a second, I thought, well, who got the 5th word? Like, I bet you it was that Quentin Tarantino film got the 5th word. $91 million. He couldn't afford to just give you the 5th word, but no, awards is what you're talking about. Yes, sorry.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yes, that's really good.
Thank you.
So, what were the awards? What were the awards for?
So we got silver in the director category. Mm-hmm. We got silver in the music score category, and then we got 3rd place in, that was one of the ones Together Forever got as a short, best actor. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying
that
to
you?
think of the, yes.
I got best actor.
So
Okay.
best
Congrats,
actor,
man.
best director. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, you didn't score the music, right?
No, Andrew Perry scored the music.
Well, he's not here, so we don't have to talk about it. When he comes on the show, he can shamelessly plug himself. On that case, that's the point of the show. But I want to ask you a quick question. So, what was the first film project? I kind of know this story, and I've heard it secondhand. What was the first time you ever were involved in a filmmaking project?
Paper City Burnout.
Which just recently came out.
Yep.
So, what year was that?
I want to say 2016.
Okay, so
Like,
it's just
when we were
about 3
filming.
years ago.
Yeah.
Now, I gotta ask you this, okay? All right. So within 3 years, I think Mitch. I don't think you've worked with Justin, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't know why we haven't crossed paths. But
But pretty much everybody on my crew and most everyone who's come to sit down on this couch recently either knows of you or has worked with you. Matter of fact, the tech guy in the back room I met because I had worked with you as a stunt coordinator on an episode that I'm waiting to come out because I'm waiting to see how the fight scene came out. It came out because it was a very hot day and I got the crap kicked out of me. I think I at least deserve to see it.
I think he resents it.
No,
It's going to look beautiful.
Okay, thank you. But our tech guy I met and has now been working with me ever since on your set. So within 3 years, you went from just being an extra, because I remember the part you were in, you had like one small shooting bit. You were just one of the thugs in
I was going to ask what part you played in
Paper City
that
Burnout.
Paper
Yeah,
City.
he's the guy with the machine gun in, it fires.
Nice.
Right, yeah. and then you went from there to all of a sudden, like everyone knows who you are, and you're going out in New York, you're winning awards down there. So just to give you a perspective, all right, we've been making films, 15 years?
Yes.
We have gotten accepted to 1 film festival, just to give you an idea. And we were played.
But we are really good filmmakers.
Yeah, we are.
We are really good filmmakers. You wouldn't know it to look at us,
You
but
would
we're
know
really
it's
good.
like that. It was played at 10:30 on a Friday night. They didn't like us that much. Like that was, so this is remarkable to me. So what is it, would you say, because you've really, really worked hard in your marketing, it isn't like you haven't got other things to do. You got 5 children,
have
married
5?
and in a job and everything like that. So what would you say your key to really just getting out there, because you make most marketing people put most marketing people to shame?
Getting on every set you can. Like a lot of people, I noticed, like when you start to work with people, I'm sure you guys see it too, like some people don't want to do like anything.
Yes.
Like your mentality has to be that you're willing to do anything to learn. Because like when I was working on Paper City Burnout, I was a PA most of the time. And I wanted Chris Duby to teach me everything he possibly could. Mm-hmm. And then every set
Took
I went
about
on
20
after
minutes.
that.
Sorry, Chris, I love
Chris.
you. He's a very intelligent guy, but I had to say that. You didn't know what to do with else the rest of the 8 hours of the day.
What are friends for?
Right?
Exactly. So, sorry, go on.
No, so that's basically what it was. I wanted to get on every set I could. I drove down to to a set to be in a short scene in the movie Bent. I don't know if they cut that scene or not, but that's where I met Logan Rosbo and Evan Schneider from Hop Top Films. And I kept doing that like every time I could get on a set, I just went on it no matter what it was. But on the marketing perspective, like I try to look really into festivals before I submit now, because I was one of those people who like at first I was submitting to everything.
Right.
And then I'd like stroll down my feed and see like a judge like sitting next to someone they're smoking a cigar with who wins an award. Like, so I'm kind of more cautious of that. Like I see who runs the festivals now before I just submit, because I feel like it's gotten to the point now where like anyone can have a festival. It's not as like stern as it used to be.
Yeah.
I think they
Yeah,
need to
you-
make it
festivals
more.
pop up.
I know,
Like
I know,
yeah.
he's not kidding. I actually hosted a film festival. I didn't even accept my own film. That should tell you. That should tell you, you know, I'm like this jerk again, you know, play him at midnight, you know.
So like the big thing like Hearts of New England has going on right now is that I got a distribution deal signed. Like it's been in the works for like at least 3 months, where like we knew it was going to happen, but I didn't have the date yet, so I wasn't posting like it's official. And I finally posted it's official the other day, because from September 20th to September 26th, it's actually going to air in Hollywood, episodes 2 and 3.
Really?
So we'll actually
Where's it going to
get-
air?
Can't think of the name of the theater off the top of my head,
Right.
but I'll comment on it later on.
All right, but Chris Doobie, by the way, is in the YouTube live room, and I can't read the comment because they're very small on the screen right now.
Hardy, har, har. Be nice to him. He's going to play a villain in my next
Yes,
film.
okay, all right. Did you like the comment, Chris? Anyways, or you just tuning in, don't need to rewind it, it's fine. So, well, yeah, so what would you say, if, I know whenever someone says, well, what's the key to, you know, doing anything, it's not just one thing that's the key. So, like, someone, because I've made a lot of feature films, I've made about 7 or 8 or something like that, where people couldn't get short films out, I was popping out feature films. And someone said, well, what's the key to it? Well, first of all, you throw up a lot. That's the key. That's the big thing. And once you accept it, you're going to be throwing up pretty much throughout the entire making of the film. You're going to be sick and scared the whole time. At that point, then, it's just a matter of, you just do one scene at a time, and you focus and say, I'm just going to make a list of scenes, and I'm going to start with one scene, and I will get that scene done. And that is really the key. If there's one key, that's it. Get it done. Get one scene done at a time, and then move on to the next scene. When it comes to marketing, what would you say, because your marketing is really good, what would you say your key to marketing is?
Well, when I first started at my regular job, like somebody came up to me, like I was talking to him just about stuff in general, and the first thing he told me, and like it's the only one of the smartest things anyone has ever told me, and it was someone I didn't even know, and he's like, you're your own advocate, so you really got to push your own stuff. Like there's no one behind you fighting for your work to get out there and whatnot. So you got to search for festivals and network with people who are running the festivals and see like what best fits your material, or like look at what they accepted the year before, or when it comes to magazines and newspapers, reach out to your local people first to build it, because exposure is exposure no matter how small. Like,
Right.
a lot of people don't reach out to the local networks, which really hurts them, because a lot of the local newspapers are dying for like an actual good story. Like if you're filming in a town that nothing ever happens in, that's going to be their front page every
Right.
time. Like it doesn't fail. So I've used that a lot. Like I actually posted on LinkedIn how I was going to market filming before I ever started filming.
Really?
I did. Like because like I wanted to, because marketing is one of my strong points, like you were saying. Like
Right.
so I wanted to make it visible beforehand that I was going to do it, because like any other independent filmmaker, you have people telling you like, oh, you're not going to be able to do this. This is not going to be successful. And it's just fun to be like, eh.
And you definitely have a lot to be like, you know, yeah, well. And so what is the, so to me, like starting out the dream was just to see, I have these stories inside me that I'm just dying to see. And I mean, I make the films that I want to see. And that's why I got into it. And then eventually I realized that maybe I should be thinking more than just me seeing this film. That may be important. Like, and I only recently really discovered that that's probably an important thing to have more than an audience of me watching the film, which has changed my perspective. What is your goal? Because you've obviously been working really hard over the past 3 years, and obviously you have a very supportive wife, a very lovely supportive wife. I'm saying that right now because she can hear it.
Also because it's true.
Because it's true, yes. All right, you know, she says kind of true. You kind of gave it. I don't really know. So, what is the goal? Like, what's the? where do you want to see yourself in 5 years?
I'd like to see the first 5 seasons like actually distributed amongst like in real retail stores, not just at local places and whatnot. So that would be my big goal, would be able to walk away and do more the acting. Like have that be my run Main Event Films being my primary job.
Okay. Now, would you prefer to be the guy making the thing, or would you prefer to be the guy acting the thing?
Acting, like I'm one of those guys. Like I just feel like if it's your vision, you're gonna perform it the best. Like if you're the one that wrote it, if on some stuff, like there's some stuff that if I write, there's no way I'd ever do.
Yeah, I couldn't play Michael Lawrence. It just wasn't the type.
A middle-aged, overweight man that's just not really, we tried the prosthetics, it was an
I just
awkward
couldn't drop
time.
my voice low enough, let's be honest.
We also wanted a guy that's about 6'5". It just didn't really work for her. So, so to you, it's Main Event Films. It's not just you want Justin Ford and you want Main Event Films to be,
Because I feel like I owe it to all the people who have helped me and supported me to get them just as much exposure as me. Like I make it a point to try to get them in articles, like not always focusing on me, but focusing on the cast and the crew, the people who actually put the project together and make it happen. Plus, then those people are going to respect you more and want to work with you more. Like I put a real stress on trying to get people I work with on talk shows, on radio shows. Like I feel like that's my job as a producer, is to make sure that they're getting exposure. They're helping me by being on my show.
Yeah.
So like one of the big things that like I have to give my wife credit for Hearts from New England was when I wrote the first script.
It wasn't reluctantly. You were glad that you were giving your wife credit because she,
Right,
like, I have to give her credit. She just won't let me walk away from this otherwise. So I just want to make sure that's clear. I'm watching out for you right now. Okay.
Terry, appreciate.
Sorry, go ahead.
So like when I first wrote the script, there's absolutely no romance scenes in it. It was just straight up like fighting and war, and then like you got female perspectives on it, and you needed that mix, and having that mix made the show flow so much better, because you take that out of that show now, you'd be like, what's happening? Like, what is this?
Just an excuse to run around bashing.
Yeah,
each other
just
over the head.
exactly.
Yeah, which was all my films until Arnie started working with me.
Women gotta stick together.
Yeah. All of a sudden, women started to want to work in my productions. Then I realized there was things about relationships and like character development happening, and I don't know what was going on. So that was sort of strange. All right. So, anyways, we're just about out of time. But so, what's the next thing right now? So, you just about finished the first season, right?
Yes, the first season's done filming, just being edited. Season 2 has 10 pages less to film, and then that season is complete as well.
How many episodes is that?
Both seasons are 10 episodes. It's going to be a total of 5 seasons.
That's great.
Wow.
So.
And do you know the basic story arc of how the story is going to end in the 5th season?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like I outline everything before I write it. I run off like a 10-bullet strategy where I just make the episode, 10 bullets, write off that, move on to the next one.
Right.
And I can literally write the season in about 2 days.
Okay.
I'm a really fast-paced writing. Writing's not
Sorry, it
like
takes
the
me like
hard part of it for me. Like, I mean, obviously, like at first it looks like ridiculous. It's got to be edited and stuff, but like I have a good concept of what it's going to be.
That's awesome. I wish I had that.
Well,
forever
why,
to
why
write
Arnie?
things.
Because, and if we could cut to a wide shot so we can see me glaring at Arnie right now. All right, because I do kind of want to see, me
I know what
glaring
you're gonna
at-
say.
Right, Arnie. Okay, if we could see the wide shot. Do we have a wide shot? Yes. Okay, Arnie.
Yes.
So what am I going to say for the reason why it takes you so long to write some scripts?
Probably because I have too many characters, too many pages, and just too much going on altogether.
And you don't outline.
I do outline
Since when?
all the time.
Really? We got to talk about this later. Get back to the singles. Anyways, Justin Forden, creator of Hearts in New England, award-winning web series, which is available at Main Film Event on YouTube. You can check that out.
Main Event
Also, and Together Forever, is that released now? Can you see that that short film?
You can't see it yet because we haven't released it 'cause it's still running in the circuit.
Okay.
But Together Forever is the name of it.
All right. Well, it's great having you on, Justin, and I like the idea that no one's going to do the work for you. So, best be grateful, be giving, and no one's going to do the work for you. So you got to get to it, right?
That's right.
All right, Justin, great having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Justin Forden of Hearts in New England and Together Forever, Main Event Films. Check him out online. You'll find him. It won't be hard. Writer, director, and his films will soon be shown in LA. Really exciting. And when we come back, I think we have trailer trash next.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we have trailer trash next when we come back. Our late night live show, Wednesday night, 7, 8.
Hey Terry, how's it going?
Hey, this laptop's having sound issues again.
Yeah, it seems to be a common theme around here.
Why would this stupid thing work?
Oh, I know IT. Let me take a look.
I feel like this happens every week. We really need to get on top of this.
I'm sure Dan's doing the best that he can.
Yeah, Dan.
Oh, there it is. You had it muted.
I did not have it.
And
Damn it, Dan.
On both of them.
Oh,
so
okay.
we
Oh, and we're back. Right, I should have paid attention. It isn't like I do this show every week for a year and a half now. Just about, yeah. Wait a second. Over a year and a half now. We've been doing this
I
show
know,
for
we
over a year
rock,
and a half.
man.
I know. Wow. Hey, yeah. So you guys can go back and find the. Don't watch the early episodes. Never mind.
Don't watch the early
episodes. Don't watch the early episodes. Yeah, year and a half. Year and a half every Wednesday night for a year and a half. We've had a few breaks here and there for like holidays and
Yeah,
stuff like
a
that.
few breakdowns here and there.
Yes, emotional, physical, spiritual. Makes you really wonder about yourself when you're sitting live in front of a camera going, what the hell am I doing here?
I've only been here 8 months, and I think I've aged 10 years.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Already?
What?
Yeah, how many months?
Yeah, started in late November, actually.
Wow.
December.
Wow.
It was Chris because they did the Christmas show.
Yeah,
That's right.
And there was
true,
a couple
yeah.
shows before that. So
Right, yeah. That's, wow.
You know what I like about this show? We insult it ourselves before anyone else can get to do it.
Yeah. We're on
We're like
it.
nipping it in the
defensive
bud.
insults.
That's it. It's preemptive strikes.
Yes.
You think you can tear us down? Not before I do.
Anyways, it reminds me of Joker can't say on TV.
Yes,
All
that's
right.
it.
Anyways, it's our favorite segment of the show, Trailer Trash. I think we have an opening credits thing. We're going to roll that credits for the Trailer Trash? I'm not sure. Anyways.
There you go.
I want to say really quick hello to Rick Silva, who says, yo, what about the Kyle character in Hearts of New England? So I'm assuming he's one of the actors who plays in that. And I think he's a little upset. That Rick, send an email to KillarneyT@gmail if you want to become a guest on the show. All right?
Well, Happy, you can
Right
talk
there.
all about Kyle.
We'll leave the email in the YouTube channel page so you can do it. But we got to move on to Trailer Trash. What's the first trailer we have up?
Cats.
Son of a. Okay, let's.
Say it doesn't meow.
Yeah, say it doesn't matter. All right. Let's roll this trailer. I don't even want to say that beautiful bean footage because it has to do with the dog and the bean birth.
That would be, yeah.
Don't give away your thumbs rating.
Yeah, let's just roll the trailer for this
All right.
atrocity. All right.
So, don't give away your thumb rating. Anyway, so Cats is a new movie coming out. It's expected December 20th. It stars pretty much everybody in Hollywood right now, including Idris Elba, Taylor Swift, and Francesca Hayward. And it's about a tribe of cats called the Jellicles, who must decide yearly which one will ascend to Heaviside Layer and come back to a new Jellicle life. Jellicle life? I don't know. I don't understand. I know
What
it's based
life?
on a poem, but
Judi Dench is in this too.
and it's
Love Judi
directed by
Dench.
Tom Hooper, and it's written by T.S. Eliot and Lee Hall. T.S. Eliot wrote the poem.
This whole damn thing is based off a poem.
Yes, he's quite a well-known poet. I know this musical mostly because I used to watch The Nanny, and they always made jokes about it on The Nanny.
Yeah.
So yes, we actually have quite a few people who have commented on this trailer.
Okay, what do we got for?
Let me just, yeah, it's, before we get into our ratings. So Sarah Mitchell says, no, far too many things about this are wrong and creepy, and the weird CGI fur on humans is just bad.
Yes.
And
Ian
Philip,
McKellen's in this piece of
yeah,
crap.
like pretty much
Yeah.
everybody is in this film.
Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson.
Yeah. Philip Turby says it's the stuff of nightmares unless you're a furry. And Chris Doobie left a gif.
I always call them GIFs. I've been saying that wrong all this time.
I get yelled at no matter which version I use.
Yeah.
so,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Cool.
No.
Oh,
I was in IT industry
my
for 15
God.
years. We always call them GIFs.
So I know Terry has a lot to say about this. Do we want to start with you, or do we want to
start
start
with
with
me.
Mitch?
Let's start with Mitch,
Mitch.
yeah.
Go, Mitch.
Well,
I know you played a cat once,
bit.
right?
Well, yeah, true story. I played a cat in a 24-hour play festival, which actually was
We
kind
gotta
of
talk
fun
about
because I had to
that
get into
later,
it.
right?
No, it was good. I mean, you could be something completely different than what you actually are. So, Cats, right? So it's been on Broadway for a really long time. Not surprised they're doing something like this, where they did some kind of televised thing or other, but it looks really kind of cool. The huge set is neat, and I was looking at some of the behind-the-scenes stuff too, which just solidified it. But okay, yeah, really weird. It felt wrong when I first watched it. Just, something wasn't quite right. I couldn't figure it out, so I just tried to
That's a good
let
way to
that
start
go.
the trailer. It felt wrong. Like it just,
Yeah,
you know,
but,
I felt sick to my stomach.
It was like watching a car crash in a way. But
But
then
tell us what you really feel. Stop holding back.
well, I was actually a little bit. No, all right, so it was really weird feelings. I had a lot of mixed feelings about this trailer overall. But Cats, I mean, I love the score. Just as I know, is amazing, and it's a popular Broadway play. So I just want to see something about this to know the story and to know it better. That is done professionally. So I've got that intrigued aspect of it too. CG, technically set. I'm curious. So I've looked into it a little bit.
All right, Arnie, your thoughts on this?
Okay, I have like 3. One, I want to see behind the scenes photos of everyone wearing green outfits. I think that'd be wicked
Yeah,
funny.
me too.
They have to be wearing green.
Probably motion
Yeah.
capture outfits, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a
That's
lot
not
of
as
it is,
funny.
yeah.
So, but anyway, so that was my first thought. My second thought was, I wonder if they considered doing this for The Lion King because it's actually people, so it would sort of be live action instead of just CGI. My third thought was, why on earth would you do this? Now, the music's gorgeous, the sets are gorgeous, like everything about it's really gorgeous, but if I watch this, I'm gonna have such weird nightmares. I don't think I don't wanna deal with that. So I think I'll buy the soundtrack and leave the rest alone.
So you sent this to me, my opinion of this, you sent this to me, and it ended up being not with the trailer we played, but actually behind the scenes. So I got to see a lot. And I was worried. My girlfriend studied ballet for a very long time. My girlfriend Hannah studied ballet for a very long time. She loves dance.
A very famous dancer in this.
My girlfriend's not a famous dancer.
No, there is a.
But she loves dance and Broadway and everything like that, and she loves the play of Cats. She thought this is an atrocity.
The choreographer is the guy who did Hamlet.
Good for Hamilton.
Well, like
Hamilton,
everything
sorry,
is
not
good
Hamlet,
except
Hamlet on
the
the brain.
cat part. Like everything is good except that.
It is just one of those. What I mean, what the hell were you thinking? Like, this is a movie about. I mean, this is like the most like you went to film school or acting school to do something so weird that makes your dad cringe. Like, this is what it is. Like, in all honesty, if like one of my siblings came back and said they decided to be a stripper, I'd be more comfortable with that than saying they had to perform in Cats. Like, that would be, that is how weird this. Like, it just feels wrong.
The Broadway
This is
shows in
just-
leartards.
I don't care.
It's not
like,
furry,
you're
though.
not really helping me here.
I feel like I'd be more okay with that
Yeah.
than the weird half human, half cat. It's
just-
really that throws me
I mean,
off.
Yeah.
there's a scene from
That's
the old
what's
Odd
weird.
Couple TV show where
Like watching Rebel Wilson be a cat. No, like
Right,
no.
yes, all right. I mean, there's a scene from the old Odd Couple TV show where Felix is trying to teach Oscar how to act. He says, "Now give me a tree." Oscar's like, "What the hell? What do you mean a tree?" He says, "I need you to give me a tree." That's what I feel like this whole damn film, this $100 million film, is someone saying, "I want to see you act like a cat," and none of the actors went, "What?" I'm sorry. Like, yes, I can play different people. I'm not really good at playing a different species. I can't interview a friggin' cat to find out what it's like to be climbing a friggin' tree all day long and wondering why a red dot is running around and I can't quite
Oh my
grab
God!
it.
Do you think they have
Yeah.
a scene like that with one of the cats
That's
following?
what should be the ending.
Oh
It's
my
like-
God! I want to see that.
You know,
Like Rebel Wilson following the dot.
Oh, right? Yeah.
Okay, hang on. All right, let's just go into ratings because we have to go. Wow, like I'm dizzy from that. Like that. Okay, let's go into the ratings.
And having played a
Mitch.
cat, I'm not sure how to respond about
Yeah,
actors
yeah.
playing cats.
Oh, don't be. Never mind.
You offended Mitch. You'll have to
All
apologize
right,
after.
do the rating. We're running out of time.
I'm 2 thumbs sideways. I'm not really excited about it, but it's
I'm really excited
intriguing.
about you with that rating right now. Arnie?
I gotta do 2 down. I can't watch this.
All right, here's a big shock. I'm gonna do 2 thumbs in the eyes.
Oh,
This is
wow.
Just 2 thumbs right in the eyes. All right. 2 thumbs in the eyes, just like gouging out and
Okay.
giving the eyes. All right. Now we're going to play
Now
another
for something
trip.
completely
another
different.
nostalgia
Completely different.
thing. Oh. All right.
Yes.
Another nostalgia thing.
Let's roll Top Gun Maverick.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
roll the trailer for Top Gun Maverick. Anya.
All right, so this movie is expected June 26, 2020, and it stars Tom Cruise, actually. I'm sure you're surprised by that.
Restricted, sorry.
Jennifer Connelly and Val Kilmer.
All right.
It's directed by Joseph Kosinski and written by Jim Cash and Peter Craig. There is no notation on the plot right now.
That's it right there.
Okay.
That was pretty much the first movie, too.
Yeah.
So we did get a comment on our Facebook page. It was very popular
Yep.
this time around. And Robert Kozowski says, looks good, USA, USA, USA.
I think we get that. Yeah. So, you've never seen the original Top Gun?
I've not.
You obviously have seen the original
Multiple
Top Gun.
times.
Yes. Okay.
I feel the need.
For speed. I feel the need for speed. Yes. Now, the original Top Gun is 80s. It is so 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
It is 100% 80s. You have to watch it like while getting drunk, just because that's the best way to enjoy it. I mean, like, like
I
it's
never
just-
tried that.
It's just sort of like
Could be
one of
even
those.
better.
It's just so 80s that it's just kind of silly, like that they took this so seriously, you know. And there's some good moments in it, and there's some fun moments. It's not a bad movie. It's just not 80s. Like if you didn't have the 80s, this film wouldn't exist. And that's what I mean. This is like the ultimate. I mean, you know, highway to the danger zone, and they actually have a part where they're playing football with their shirts off on the beach again.
It's volleyball, but that's
yeah,
okay.
but I think in this one it's
Oh,
football.
in this
They've-
one.
they've
Oh,
advanced
they're playing
it.
something
I
else.
guess my
Oh, I
question is,
gotcha.
who did they actually make this movie for? Because what you're describing sounds like a female fantasy. Pilots playing volleyball
Yeah.
on the beach, shirtless.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of curious.
Tense love scenes, fast,
Yeah.
fast planes, and
Yeah,
And yet it's the two guys.
cool
in
leather
I'm just
jackets and
curious,
fly
yeah.
boys. Yeah.
Love leather jackets, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
How have we not seen
Continue.
this movie?
I'm asking myself the same question. I don't know. I'm actually kind of
All right.
kicking myself right now. 'cause
What are you
unless
doing next
this-
Tuesday?
All right, Mitch, your thoughts on this trailer?
I'm excited about it. The trailer looks pretty cool. I don't get the whole why Tom Cruise is not being. They made this big deal about him not being promoted or not
Right.
taking a promotion and not retiring
Maverick.
thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why? Maybe he just wants to fly planes. I saw when he can't when he gets promoted. Leave me alone. I just want to fly planes.
Kind of like Captain Kirk. Like, I will not be
So,
admiral
I'm
anymore.
not sure where the tension and where the crisis and all that other stuff comes into play. I'm like,
Right.
what are they gonna? Where's
Probably the Russians again. I mean,
like,
they're back in
sure.
fashion.
So there is a cool moment, which I think a lot of people don't see, but one guy broke it down. There's Tom Cruise is wearing one of those helmets like you might see somebody wearing in an SR-71 or a Nighthawk.
Right.
Those high altitude aircrafts. It looks like kind of a space helmet basically. And so he's in some kind of possibly experimental plane that could come into play, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
And-
I think he did all the real flying in this too. We didn't-
there's actually him in an F-14 Tomcat that's a two pilot airplane, and him coming off a flight deck, and that's actual real footage. So he got to fly in planes, like I'm sure he did in Top Gun 2, but it just
Yeah.
so that's really cool.
All right.
Not
Is there
raw
anything
CGI.
Tom Cruise can't do? Just out of
He's
curiosity.
gonna find out.
Can't
eventually.
die.
He's gonna find out one of these days. Yeah. Anyways, Arnie, your thoughts?
Can't get along
Well,
with
I
it,
mean, yeah, jackets, guns, pilots. Yeah, it's everything I want. I'm just gonna watch it. Probably gonna see the original too.
You're gonna get more references than you.
I also love Midway. No, shocking no one.
Yes. Yeah. No, knocking no one. Yeah. All right. My thoughts on this. I didn't dislike the original film, but I didn't see what the whole. I mean, I didn't watch it when it came out too, but there was a big hype obviously around this movie. I think it's more remembered than it is watched most of the time. You know, I think it's one of those types of films, but it wasn't a bad.
Very well quoted movie.
Yeah, very well quoted movie. This looks interesting in the sense that didn't tell you anything that was going on. And so I'd be curious to check it out. I wouldn't avoid it. I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to watch it though. If that makes any
Seeing
sense.
some of those scenes on a big screen would be cool.
That's it. Like that
Yeah.
that'd be really cool. So anyways, I'm gonna hop right into the rating. 1 thumb up for visuals, 1 thumb sideways because I'm guessing the plot's gonna deserve a 1 thumb down. But for now I'm gonna go
Okay.
1 thumb
Yeah.
sideways. Arnie, your rating?
I'm gonna do the same.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I got to be the same.
Yeah,
I
all
wanted to
right.
be
We are
different,
in
but I couldn't really
unison.
figure that
Anyways,
out.
that was a long. Cats took up most of our time, and they shall never do it again. Anyways,
So
all right.
again.
It's their late night live
took
show
too long,
every
meow.
Wednesday night from 7 to 8, and when we come back, we'll be with Terry's top 5.
Meow.
Back. Bye.
No.
Again,
What's going on?
we're trying to film a promo for the early late night live show, but Facebook Live keeps kicking us off.
Technical difficulties. Tell me about it.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. All right. It's the early late night live. Oh, let's see how to 10.
What are you trying to say?
Well, you know that people should watch the show because we have so much fun, talk entertainment news and things like that, and of course my segment.
Yeah.
I swear, Facebook hates us.
Hey, maybe if we do this.
Ooh. Oh.
Whoops. Accidental selfie.
Yeah. Okay. Look. Let me.
I got it.
No. You apparently don't.
No, I
You don't
do.
actually know
My-
what you're doing.
but
All right.
it's my phone.
Yeah. No. Listen. Let me do it. Let me do it.
guys.
You're acting like such a girl.
Oh my gosh, you did
Guys.
that. What?
We're live.
Hey. Join us Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Exeter Channel 98.
And on YouTube when it works.
And we'll talk entertainment news and trash some trailers, and then of course we've got my segment. So don't miss it. Join us on Wednesday night at 7 p.m.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Siblings.
Hello, and welcome to the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on our YouTube channel, Early Late Night Live Show. Right now, it's time for a new segment of the show we've been doing for a couple weeks. I realize I'm standing in the wrong spot. I think I got to be right here. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yes, I'm not blocking the screen. This is Terry's Top 5. Every week, we're going to talk about 5 separate things that I happen to enjoy. The last time we did Terry's Top 5 oddball fight scenes, in which I picked fight scenes. But this week, we're talking Top 5 sitcoms. Sitcoms that have made a personal impact with me. And number 1 is Hogan's Heroes. Hogan's Heroes is a 1960s into, I believe, 1970s comedic TV show based around World War II POW camp in Germany. This show is very famous and very well remembered, except by people who don't know it. And people who do know it really remember the show and really know the show, but people who don't know the show have no clue what the show is. It ran for 6 seasons. It is about a group of American and British POWs in Stalag 13 in Germany, in which they will sneak out in the middle of the night to do espionage work. They are spies essentially living in a POW camp. And this is about their sort of adventures. In the midst of it, there is a stupid commandant that they happen to play around with so they can control. They're essentially controlling the whole camp and going out and doing espionage work. Now, the reason why this show is so personal to me is that every night my family would watch an episode of Hogan's Heroes before going to bed. This was sort of like our family show. It was a fun satire show that did not make fun of World War II and did not make fun of anything that was going on, but it had very funny characters. It was very almost vaudevillian in the way the humor was done. And even looking back on it now, I begin to realize how clever the humor was. Now, it also fell apart in a lot of 1960s ways in the sense that they clearly reused a lot of the same stock footage for sequences, over and over and over again. But beyond that, it was really a very enjoyable and memorable show for me personally. And if you haven't seen it, check out Hogan's Heroes. Pretty sure it's on TV Land or something. Anyways, it's a good series. You should check it out. Moving on. Next series, number 4, Frasier. Frasier, for those of you who don't know, is the spin-off series to Cheers. And I never really watched Cheers, but I did watch Frasier, which talks about Frasier Crane and his brother and his father. While Frasier moved back to Seattle, it is now living with his father, who is injured, who is an ex-cop, and it involves his younger brother, who's also a psychiatrist, also, in their sort of misadventures that the family gets along with. Now, the reason why the show was so funny to me was because essentially it was a very cleverly written, extraordinary slapsticky show. And this was not an era in which slapstick was done properly. This was an era in which slapstick was done wrong a lot of times in movies and in TV shows. And this show really kind of hit both audiences. It hit audience who preferred the more clever writing, the very British-style dry humor, and audiences, Americans, who liked the more slapstick. And it ran for 11 seasons. I think it actually ran longer than the series Cheers did. I'm pretty sure it did. It was a really great series, and I'm pretty sure it's coming back. I think they may be revamping, which I'm very excited about. So, Frasier, definitely one of my favorite series of all time. And now, moving on to an actual British sitcom series, number 3, The Piglet-Files. The Piglet-Files ran for 2 seasons, and for those of you who remember a TV series called Get Smart from the 1960s, which was a joke spy series, this was essentially a British joke spy series about a high school teacher who ends up getting roped into MI5 and now has to pretend to be a spy. He doesn't actually know what's going on. It is essentially a vaudevillian buffoonery version of MI5, and every possible stupid thing that they could possibly screw up goes wrong in this series. It is a brilliant comedic series because they would film it, as you can see, like an actual drama, and they have actually dramatic sort of situations such as this, and they would just murder it with perfectly timed humor and perfectly killed jokes, while making fun of the spy genre and James Bond to the nth degree. It is a great series. It is a very unknown series to American Anglophiles. Definitely check out The Piglet-Files. It is a great series. I'm pretty sure it only ran for 2 seasons, which is a shame, but it's still worth the watch. Moving on to number 2, a show I mentioned earlier, The Odd Couple. Odd Couple ran for 5 seasons. Odd Couple was based off of the movie The Odd Couple, starring Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, and was based off of a play. Arnie, who wrote the play? Neil Simon wrote the play. I think Neil Simon, yeah. I think you're right.
Neil Simon, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This show starred starred Jack Klugman and Tony. Oh, I just forgot his last name.
I'll look it up.
Tony, as Oscar and Felix, 2 bachelors who are living together in an apartment in New York, and their sort of mismatch personalities. Oscar being a very messy person, Felix being a very neat person and prissy and a pain in the butt if you watch it.
Tony Randall.
Tony Randall, that is. And the show, to me, was much better than the movie. It got much more in depth. The characters became much more real. They became much more likable, and it was very, very funny while still having that personal touch. And also, it was one of the few sitcoms of the era that actually developed. The characters grew, the storylines grew, and it actually had a proper ending to a series, which back in the 60s and 70s, they really didn't do that with series. They just sort of, like, everything reset every episode.
See Hogan's Heroes.
Right, yeah. See Hogan's Heroes to see what we're talking about. This show continually developed and continually grew, and actually really was a very touching show by the time it wrapped up. And it ran for 5 seasons. Definitely check it out. The new one was not as good. I'm sorry. I like Matthew Perry, but it really wasn't that good. And moving on to the final series in the sitcom, Home Improvement. Now, for those of you who haven't watched Home Improvement, what the hell's the matter with you? Home Improvement is just the friggin' best, all right? I love situational comedies. I love comedies about families. I love comedies that are about normal homes. And if you're watching the video right now, you realize that there's a lot of stuff blowing up, so it's not too normal to you. You did not grow up in my household in which stuff did catch on fire quite regularly. My brother Augie. There's a lot of stories behind that. Home Improvement was Tim Allen's claim to fame. It was a show that got him noted. It actually, at the time when it was out, was more popular than Seinfeld. The very famous Seinfeld. It actually had higher viewership than Seinfeld. It did not get a lot of accolades because of its simplicity, in the sense that it really was just a family drama, and it didn't seem to push the envelope. The one thing I really liked about this series was that they gave everyone an opportunity to be funny. It wasn't just, let's look how stupid the one main character is, let's look how dumb Daddy is throughout the whole series. It was, everyone had an opportunity to be real characters, to be real people, and to be really funny. It was very relatable, it was very touching, and it was a very sweet series, and it had a good ending to the series. Most series don't have good endings. This one was ended by Tim Allen saying that he realized the show was becoming about money, and so he ended it. He didn't want the show to be about money anymore. He wanted the show to be about making a good show. And when it started becoming about that, he made an announcement at an awards ceremony that the show was over before telling the producers. That, to me, is the reason why Tim Allen will have my respect to my dying day. So this is Terry's top 5 sitcoms. Let us know if there's any other top 5s that you want me to do next week. Leave a comment below. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. And now we're moving on to the next section of the game in which Arnie needs to get up here in front of the green screen.
Yay!
All right. So I'm going to twist the screen so Arnie can't see it. Now, Arnie, can you see?
No.
Okay.
Am I in the right spot?
I think you're in the right. I think you're in the right
yeah, it's
spot.
probably a good spot.
Let's find out. Let's get the green screen up so we can see if Arnie's in the right spot. Yes. Now, what this is going to be, all right, is Arnie is essentially playing the lead character in this scene, and so me and Mitch are going to be interviewing her about what it was like filming the sequence.
But I don't know what the scene
But Arnie
is.
doesn't actually know what it is, and she has to answer it and eventually try to answer it by saying the name of the film. So can we roll the video and can we play the green screen? And I think we're cutting to a break for some strange reason. I'm not too sure. There we are. There we go.
Just because.
That's the Cats trailer. Let's get the actual thing. There we go. Let's not see that atrocity.
What are you going, man?
So thank you for coming in to be interviewed about your production. First of all, great job, well-deserved award for this. You really clearly put a strong effort into this. So how did you feel working with a character of such short stature?
Well, I'm not very tall myself, so it really wasn't a big deal. Sometimes I'd have to kind of scoot a little bit. Sometimes, I would choose to sit rather than make the person feel small. So it wasn't that bad.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
The environment, the set looks, it's just a lot of trees and a lot of water. I mean, were the bugs really bad?
No. They weren't bad at all. I mean, you just squirt them some DEET or whatever, and it was fine. Of course, we were doing some fight scenes, I think, in this particular scene, but I'm not quite sure.
All right, yeah. Now, it's obviously a very emotional sequence and very introspective, but clearly the characters that you're working with within the scene can't actually really talk to you. So was that difficult to essentially act by yourself?
No, I love acting by myself. I just do it all the time, and they were very expressive. So they would gesture or whatever to me, and we just sort of built up a silent rapport. It was very, very cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Now, did you do all your own stunt work in this?
All but one. There was one really dangerous stunt. I was like, I'll let the other girl do it because she's actually really tough.
Yeah. So what was the stunt?
I can't remember now.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about the big reveal at the end of this film?
Well, I was shocked. They didn't give us the script until that day that we were shooting, so I had one ending in mind, and then it was kind of like Star Wars, that whole Luke, I am your father thing. It was really, really
very much like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're the star of this film. They
Don't laugh. This is a serious part. Okay, very emotional.
what did you have to draw on to in order to create the special the power to have this emotional connection to what you were trying to do in this scene?
I had to dig deep into some old memories of my family.
well, the whole thing's about your family, isn't it?
Well, yes, but when you're surrounded by Ewoks, it's kind of hard to remember your mom. But they reminded me of my teddy bear, so it kind of worked out.
Of course, we haven't seen that movie yet, Arnie.
Oh, okay.
So,
so I wasn't actually surrounded by Ewoks.
Yes, no. But you were surrounded by someone of short stature in a sequence sort of by yourself, running through a misty, foggy, woodsy area covered with a lot of bugs, while doing stunt work and training. Can you figure this out at this point in time?
Well, yes, I think I can. Because basically, I was Luke Skywalker in The Empire Strikes Back.
Yes, there we go. Yes. All right, come on.
Wrong movie, wrong.
You said it's sort of like Star Wars. I couldn't help it.
That's awesome.
All right, anyway, really quick shout out. Congratulations, Arnie, once again for all the bloody clues that we gave you. You still got it.
Wow.
But also available now is your new book, part of the Encounter series, which is a series of sci-fi books that you're going to do. This is the new one called Universal Threat, written by both you and Peggy.
Yes.
Like the other one was. Let me see really quick. I'll do the 1985, 3 kids, 1 hiking trip, 1 huge problem. This is available on Amazon now, right?
Yes.
Yes, for digital Kindle and
paperback.
And paperback. So make sure we'll drop the link in the YouTube page. Make sure you check it out and support that. We are just about out of time, but Mitch, you have one last announcement. We started late. We'll go a little later. One last announcement, I think.
I don't know what happened.
All right, well, never mind then. Don't worry about it.
I don't remember what happened.
All right, anyways.
We do the website. We've launched our website.
Oh, we did
Do we have that video available? I don't know if we can.
Do we have the video available for the website?
Let's throw a link up.
It's
only 30 seconds long, so.
Yes, if we have the video, let's play the video. It is the earlylate-night-live-show.com.
Just earlylatenightlive.com.
EarlyLateNightLive.com. You're going to see updates. You're going to find some cast and crew
Cast
stuff,
and crew info. You can contact us.
And we're going to do a whole lot more on that website. But now that it's launched, whoever is out there with a fire truck, God bless you and good luck.
Exeter's burning.
All right, we got to fly. But thank you, Justin Fortin, for coming into the show tonight. Thank you, everyone in the YouTube live room. Make sure you join us next week at 7 o'clock for the Early Late Night Live show every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and on our new website. All right, talk to you later. Hey, you made it. Thank you for watching our show, and be sure to join us next week at 7 p.m. on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live show in Exeter Channel 98.
And if you have any questions or want to be a guest on the show, you can email killarneyt@gmail.com. There might be a link or some info somewhere around here.
Below. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. You won't regret it.
We
They
hope.
won't regret it.
I seen the
Yeah.
Terry Trainer show. There's some things about him you should know. He's the best damn producer that you've ever seen. He gets that way 'cause he's so rough and mean. He's a hand. He's a hand. He's a hand. Man, he can't even run a show. He's a hand. This guy doesn't even like photographers. He's a hand. What's with the gun? He's a